You can buy a home using this simple strategy, but warning, it's not easy. These are not hacks, but if done correctly, you can buy a home. Buying a home now with the interest rates being as high as they are and affordability at an all-time low, the dream of homeownership seems unattainable. However, in this video, I'm going to give you a strategy that is tried, true, and tested. The first principle of this strategy is preparation. Now, what exactly does that mean? A part of it is preparing financially. This is where you're making a budget if you don't already have one, or you're going through your budget, seeing where you can move some money around, or if there are opportunities for savings, things like that. One thing that I really encourage people to do if they're able to is to save for a down payment. Now, I know that isn't attainable for everyone. Later in the video, I'll talk about some alternatives to a big down payment. When we talk about having a down payment, it's typically 20% of the home you're purchasing. If you pay 20% down on a home, you don't have mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is a fee you pay the lender each month. Also, by putting down a larger payment, you'll owe less money on the home and you'll have a lower mortgage payment. Now, of course, saving for this down payment can be difficult, and I'll talk about a few strategies you can use to save and save quickly later on in the video. When you're saving money, you're not just saving for a down payment. I also want people to be able to save money if they want to do renovations, because there can be some advantages to buying a fixer-upper, and then also just having extra savings in general. So if anything comes up in life, if anything comes up with the home, you're in a financial spot where you're able to deal with the issues financially. Let's talk about some acceleration saving strategies, and basically that's a fancy term for how can you save as much money as possible in the smallest amount of time. One of the ways you can do this is by getting a second job. Now, I don't say that lightly because I know that's a big commitment, but in the past I've been able to get a second job and it's helped me save some money pretty quickly. Another thing to consider is moving in with family. My wife and I did this when we were buying our first home. We did have to pay some rent. It wasn't a lot. We did help out around the house, and we were able to save a significant amount of savings for our home in about 6 months. This may not be for everyone, but it's something to explore. If you're not able to move in with family, you could also consider having roommates if you don't already have them, so you can split your home costs and save some extra money. Another thing that helps you with the down payment is down payment assistance programs. Now, there are literally thousands of down payment assistance programs. They're very nuanced and they can be pretty confusing. So I think if you are going to explore the down payment assistance route, which I recommend everyone do, you want to reach out to a lender or a real estate agent that is familiar with these types of programs that can help guide you through the down payment assistance process. If you need any help finding a real estate agent, I can help you. The link is in the description. I've had clients in the past that have used down payment assistance programs, and that made it so they were able to buy a home. Another option for down payments are low down payment loan options like FHA loans, where you can get a loan with as little as 3.5% down. Then there's the VA loan if you're a veteran, or a USDA loan, which are both 0% down loan programs. There are pros and cons to all of these loan programs, and I have a bunch of videos about these different loan programs that you can check out to educate yourself a little bit more. The next principle is research. This involves monitoring the housing market and seizing opportunities. I think it's really important for home buyers to stay informed about the real estate market. You want to know what's going on with the market, where things are trending. Are home prices going up? Are they going down? Are homes staying on the market longer than they normally would? Are sellers dropping the price more than normal? The reason you do this is then you can recognize and act on rare opportunities that might pop up. Now, you can get this information from your real estate agent, or you can go to your local Realtors Association website. Typically, they have public data that you can look at so you can do your own research and education. I also recommend people researching the home buying process. Watching real estate videos like you are now can be really helpful. You essentially want to be an armchair expert when it comes to real estate. Knowing the ins and outs of a real estate transaction can help you have a successful home buying experience. I have a free home buyer course for you to use. The link is in the description. The last principle is patience and persistence. This is probably the most important piece of the puzzle in my opinion. With everything that's going on in the housing market and the world in general, it can be really hard to buy a home. From saving for a down payment to actually being able to get under contract. For some people, it may seem like an impossible mountain to climb. You can buy a home by being patient, giving yourself time to save up for a down payment, getting in a good financial spot, and taking your time to find the right home for you. For some people, it may only take a few months, and for other people, it could take years. The road to homeownership can seem very difficult and sometimes impossible. That's why I think being persistent to reaching your goal of being a homeowner is so important. You can get discouraged when you have financial setbacks or when it seems like you just can't get an offer accepted. When you combine patience and persistence, it's a recipe for success, at least in my personal opinion when it comes to reaching my goals. By preparing, researching, and being patient and persistent, you can become a homeowner. To find out if it's a bad time to buy a home, check out this video or this video about the potential of a housing market crash.